Welcome, movie fans. Thanks for joining us for episode 145 of Reading Between the Reels, the premier podcast of replacing your dead child with an upgraded model. If you're a new listener, we're so glad you found us. And if you've been enjoying the show, please like, follow, and subscribe. And leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. You can also support the show by posting on your socials and joining our Facebook group. I'm Craig Dickinson. I'm joined tonight by my co-hosts. We're all together. Corey Heichman, Justin Ellen. What's up, fellas?
The reunion tour.
We did it.
Those intros are supposed to be like funny and clever, and that was just really dark.
Oh, well, that's true. It was.
Justin's face. What the heck? Yeah. This movie's dark.
I'm back, though. I haven't been here for a while.
We have missed you.
So much, Justin.
Have you gone back and listened to all the episodes and caught up?
Of course, because I listen to every episode.
We talk about you in every episode that you're not here.
I've never listened to an episode of our show. Never.
Goodness. Well, they're safe for posterity. You can binge them now. That's your summer homework.
I don't like the sound of my voice, and I really don't like the sound of your guys' voice. So
ringing endorsement.
Hearing the live version is hard enough. Yeah.
Oh goodness. Justin, I'm gonna start with you. What have you been watching since this last week or so?
So I like The Boys.
Yes.
And I've watched every episode except for the finale.
Oh wow.
Because I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. I can't finish shows.
You don't want to?
I do this with movies. I do this with movies. I do this with books. I will read like 95% of a book. I will watch most of a movie and then not finish the movie. And same with TV shows. There are so many TV shows where I've never seen the finale, and I don't know what's wrong with me. And so I went back and I started watching The Boys from season 1 instead of last. It's so good. Oh my goodness, it's so good in season 1 and season 2, and then it kind of falls off. But it's good stuff. Good characters and like character development. And I just think the show, they didn't know where it was going, and it got weird. So I got into that again, and then also I watched Hannibal. Have you guys seen Hannibal?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's is it the sequel to Silence of the Lambs?
It
right?
is. Yep.
That's the next one. That is not a good movie.
No.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
No, I don't love Silence of the Lambs. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like I know everyone loves that movie, and it's like it's fine. But man, Hannibal was just like not good. Very disappointed. I feel like I had something deeper to say, but that's it. Just wasn't good.
Yeah, it's just mediocre.
Yeah.
Not one of Ridley Scott's finest.
No.
All right. Corey?
Like Justin, I also have finished up The Boys when it came out this season, and I'm actually glad that show's done. I'm kind of wrapped up with it. You ever get fatigue on a season or a show? And I feel like this last season really kind of was like, oh, come on, let's get it done. Let's get it over.
Well, it gets to a point where it's like, they should be dead 100 times over. Why is Huey not dead?
Yeah,
he should be dead.
Yeah, there's only so much plot armor you can watch with someone that's a non-soup, and it kind of got out in the weeds of some stuff. I don't know. So I was ready for it to be done. It wrapped up. I thought it wrapped up good. Wrapped up how you kind of think it has to, Justin, without spoiling it for you.
I've read all the spoilers.
It's another reason to not watch it. You know what happens.
But it was just kind of lackluster. I mean, a little bit. Wrapped up all right. And then the other one I watched, I've kind of been on trying to figure out what I want to watch. Battlestar Galactica's back on Amazon. I may have to start that again because I love that. But I went and watched Mandalorian and Grogu. And I'm going to just throw this out there. Disney, you're back, baby. You're back. I know this is explosive. Listen. Let me explain. Listen, Linda, listen, okay? I thought Mandalorian and Grogu was great. I thought it was fantastic. The fights, the whole first half of the movie is fights, good choreography, good action. And then you get some kind of little side quest adventure with the little guys, the Anzellans and Grogu, which my kids absolutely loved. Buff Jabba the Hutt Jr., my 16-year-old son, had no idea that was going to be there. He yelled out in the theater because he thought it was so awesome. He loved it. So I felt like they did a great job. They didn't water it down with a bunch of stuff that Disney's been known to do in the recent shows where they kind of start mixing things up and getting a little too political and stuff and getting a little crazy. They stuck to just basically a good story. Now, Sigourney Weaver, she's terrible in it. She's horrible.
Oh, she is bored.
She's not good in anything that's not aliens. Like, it's just she's too dry for this movie. And so could have way picked a better cast member for that. So I think they tried to bank on Sigourney Weaver fan base showing up for the movie tickets. But other than that,
have a fan base? Is that a thing?
She must have one. It's aliens.
I don't think anyone dislikes her, but it's like...
I think it's probably not going to blow off the box office, but I thought it was good. I really liked it. I think it was a fun, campy movie to take family and kids to. And that's a little different right now.
I think this is the difference. So, as everyone can surely see, Craig is shaking his head.
Craig is
did not
shaking
like
his head. He is.
I wonder,
Look at he's biting
Craig,
his
did you
tongue
go
so
by
hard.
yourself or did you go with kids?
I went by myself. I offered to take my kids, and they said, no, I am not interested.
Well, I wonder, though.
No.
Because, Star Wars Episode 1, for example, I've never liked Jar Jar. Watching Episode 1 with my kids, all of a sudden I'm like,
no, for sure.
Jar Jar's great. So I wonder if Mandalorian and Grogu is good with kids.
Yeah, but see,
it is.
I was bored multiple times, and if I'm bored, a small child would also be bored.
Now,
Because
you
nothing
see
that
things
logic.
nobody else does, Craig.
But nothing was happening.
We've commented so many times. That's like, you're a professional viewer. You know what I mean? Like, you see things that the rest of us common mortals don't. You're a soup in the idea of going to movies. So,
Lamest superhero power ever.
Noticing movie things.
Noticing movie things. That's a mistake. Listen to that song. Could have used a tighter shot right here. But listen, I thought it was great. It was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Corey.
Movie. I definitely am kind of like, you could have released that straight to Prime. It did not warrant a movie theater release.
That's my biggest thing. It should have been on Disney Plus.
It cost me $100 to get the whole, and that may be part of the problem right now. It's $100. I'm paying $6 in gas or whatever. Get the whole family out to go watch a $100 movie. That's going to hurt your ticket prices right now. I think movies are suffering right now because of that. But I mean, it could have went straight to Prime. I would have
Disney Plus.
Yeah. Or
It's not
Disney
going to
Plus,
Prime.
whatever. Sorry, Disney Plus. I've
That'd
got
be really
200 apps.
interesting.
I don't know.
No, Corey, I went to the AMC theater in town, and because I'm a stub member, I get 50% off tickets on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I paid less than $5 to see this film,
And you asked
and
for your
even
money
that
back.
was a little bit of a stretch.
Their seats are terrible.
No,
That-
the theater is not good, but I was like, I don't want to spend I have low expectations going in, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I was literally bored. I mean,
Yes.
I use the term, and I might have stolen it, but I'm using it now. And I already told you guys this. Aggressively mediocre. Like, it just, it was like, this is the box we're going to stay in, and we're not going to try beyond that. Like, you did not, I mean, on the plus side, it didn't require any homework, really.
Yeah.
But
they
it
definitely
didn't-
tried
it
to stay
didn't
back
do
to the roots of
anything.
it.
I didn't need to see it. There was no consequences for it. It didn't
Listen.
stretch anything. The only thing that I felt like it stretched, I think it failed on, was, and I love Ludwig Göransson, his score, I did not like. There's like some new wave synth stuff in there. Like when they go to like can't remember the name of the planet because now I'm just going to think it's called Shakira. That's not what it's called, but the planet that the Hutt's on, Rada the Hutt's on. No. And I like, because his score for the Mandalorian show was like very, not John Williams, very unique, but it worked. And I love that score. That's great. The Mando theme is great.
Other than the Mando theme,
but the synth
I don't
stuff,
remember
I
any
was just
music.
like, this took me out immediately. I'm like, oh, nope, that's not me.
I'm out.
I don't like it. Nope, don't
How
like
many
that.
times did Pedro Pascal show his face?
Once. There's one scene.
Yeah, but
Okay.
listen, and Justin, you brought up a point because we had talked about this before we got on air. That is it possible for them to release movies now without people having some people that like it and some people that hate it? And I feel like we just can't anymore.
No, that's
So
I don't think so.
you have to pick. And sometimes our own best fan bases can be toxic and ruin, some good stuff that possibly. But
that's my point, though, Corey. Is I felt like they were so scared of doing something
they
new.
are. Well,
that I
Disney
was like,
has
okay.
been hit terribly because they've been so trash for so
rightfully
many
so.
things. Yes, their own fault. So they had to play it safe. Okay, they got on the next hole for golf. They couldn't hit the driver. They went down to the 5-wood because they're like, at least I can hit this straight. And they just sacrificed yardage and made it straight down the fairway, at least.
I mean, I don't want to spend...
I love sports metaphors. They're my favorite.
He said so.
I understood that reference.
I don't want to spend too much time on this because that's not what we're talking about. But, I mean, I think this is the last thing I'll say is whether or not you like, and we all do, we all like Zack Snyder. Whether or not you like Zack Snyder... everyone acknowledges that he's trying something different.
I love Zack Snyder.
He has, so it's like some people are like, nah, that's not my flavor of Superman or whatever it is. But he's not average. He's not just sitting in the middle. He's not playing it safe. And that's one of the things that I really like about him.
But didn't so many other Star Wars release recently, like on Disney Plus, they didn't play it safe, and they got creamed for it.
I mean, I've thought about that. Like, as much as The Acolyte was trash, it did things in a better way than this thing did. Because it, screw canon.
Whoa.
No, I'm just saying, like, having quality costume design, let's not worry about that. Like, actual ages of characters, let's not worry about that. Like, stuff like... like adherence to quality in any way, shape, or form? Nah, we don't care about that.
Who might disagree with that, Craig? Facts. That's who might disagree with that.
Corey told us before the show that he wanted to use that line, and I was really worried he was going to use it on me. So
there you go.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm free.
So
you can't compare Mandalorian to Acolyte. That's that's a low blow, sir.
Yeah, no, I don't like that at all. This I was just like, I didn't hate it. I was just like.
Mediocrely aggressive.
It did not warrant a theatrical release. It was a safe bet, and it felt safe from the beginning. They were like, "We're going to release this movie." Everybody really liked the first couple seasons of Mando. Forget about season 3, but everybody first liked the first one. This will be a good safe bet, and it won't offend anybody.
Yeah, if you're going to be vanilla, it needs to go to streaming first.
Vanilla. There you go.
Movies have a different expectation.
So. This is my last bit because I want to move off of it. I watched a bunch of different stuff. I finally introduced my son to Blade Runner, and he was like, "I'm not sure about it, Dad." And I was like, "Hey, that's fine."
Yeah, me
I
neither.
didn't like it till I was 30, but then he immediately wanted to watch The Terminator, so we watched that, and he really liked that. But the thing I'm really excited about right now, and I've only started it, and I don't want to make the same mistake I did with For All Mankind. It's great, go watch it, and then it was awful. But I've watched the first 3 episodes of Spider Noir. Corey, have you seen this yet?
I've held off on it.
Yeah,
because I'm going to watch it this weekend.
So far, again, I'm only 3 episodes in. There's 8. They dropped them all at once, which I'm kind of frustrated by because I like the week-to-week conversation thing, and I kind of feel like I need to watch it all. So far, I really like it. I mean, I've come to really appreciate film noir anyway.
Does Nicolas Cage not look like he's over the top on this?
Well, he's supposed to be past his prime anyway.
Okay.
He's been 5 years retired.
What is he
not being
supposed to look like? He's had a bunch of facelifts past his prime.
No, he looks Bogart-esque. He looks like Humphrey Bogart.
He looks like Botox-esque.
Oh. Are you watching the color or the black?
Black and white, baby.
Because I was going to go color because I like color stuff. I don't. Although the black and white, does that set the mood better a little more for the
Corey? It's very good.
I was like, from the beginning, I'm like, they're going for something that feels like it should be in black and white. They put it in black and white as an option. I'm going to go all in. Let's do it. So,
okay.
Because I don't mind black and white. So,
but
they made it so it's really easy to flip back and forth, which is kind of cool. Anywho, hey, we should talk about the movie we're going to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk.
You could have transitioned right from Terminator, Blade Runner, right into AI.
Well, we are going to talk about
right there.
Yeah, we are going to talk about Blade Runner some more. We are because we're talking about AI,
Blade Runner,
artificial intelligence. Steven Spielberg. That's what we're talking about. From 2001.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah. So,
Kubrick.
Justin, why don't you start us off? What are your overall thoughts on AI?
Kubrick.
Now, have you seen any Stanley Kubrick?
I've heard it both ways.
Thanks, Sean. Finished that show too.
2001: Space Odyssey. I watched it.
Yeah, The Shining.
It's crazy. Oh, that's
Kubrick.
Kubrick's messed up in the head.
Yeah, very much.
Kubrick.
So.
He did do good.
Justin, what do you think about this film?
There it is.
It was interesting how shitty those parents were. How about that?
They
No,
are
it was
not the best.
It was interesting. It raised a lot of interesting questions, but it wasn't. The questions were not proposed in an interesting way. like I like the idea of like what is sentience, what is
Yes.
like what should be alive enough to deserve rights. I like that. I like Blade Runner for that question. I think that's really interesting. This proposes it in kind of like a new way, but it didn't do it in a very interesting way, and it felt like three very disjointed movies that at times like the first third of it, when it's just like David with his parents, or his, the parents he imprints on.
Mm-hmm.
It could have easily been a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there were so many things where it's like, if the music was slightly different, this would be a horror film. And then it goes into like some weird Blade Runner-esque neon world with like the creepiest Jude Law I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yep.
I don't know. It was very strange. It felt very disjointed. And looking at reviews of it back in 2001, that's kind of, it seems like everyone kind of felt that same way. Like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
It had some great parts. Like I said, it raised some great questions, and it like gives you stuff to think about. But overall, I will never watch this movie again.
Yeah. Corey.
Justin, I said the exact same thing the first time I watched it. I will never watch this movie again. And then I met Craig, and Craig forced me to watch this movie again.
Freaking Craig. I'm sick of him forcing me to do things.
I know. So
I've watched so many movies because of this guy. Jeez.
Listen,
You're welcome.
this movie is terrible. This movie is, look, it's a basically a mommy issues that turned into a 2,000-year side quest. That's what this movie is. Like, this kid is messed up. He is dark. He is weird. As Haley Joel Osment from this movie, this probably ruined his career because he's weird in this movie. Like, creepy as a doll.
He's really good at it, though. Yeah, but yeah.
Wait,
he's good.
He was supposed to be creepy. Oh well.
Yeah,
I think he was.
I mean, for how little of a kid he was. I mean, this was some good acting on his part. But man, I do. It's weird. But
you haven't seen Blade Runner 2049, which I will eternally hate you for.
I have not.
But
so good.
Who's Ryan Gosling?
K.
Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Does kind of a similar thing as Haley Joel Osment in this, in that he can convey a crazy amount of emotions without showing any emotion.
Yes, he does.
And I don't know how that happens.
I gotta watch that again right now.
Does that. So, okay, so here's the thing. I think there's too many levels at it. It starts out as a futuristic sci-fi story, right? Then we've got a fairy tale with all this Pinocchio stuff. And then we're meant to have all these philosophical questions about humanity and valuing people and distancing themselves and going cold with the gladiator style games they do. And then we end up on what it means to truly be human, and the robots of the future value humanity more than humanity must have valued itself, right? I mean, there's a lot of ethical questions that you could go and put in all of this and have great discussions about emotions, jealousy, all of these things, and, love being disposable like these dolls are or these robots are. So there's a lot of that, but I just feel like when you walk out, you're walking out with like a deeply tragic story that you're like, gosh, this kid had a horrible... I mean, she told him, read him the cards and loved him, but she did that so fast. She just jumped in. There was no part where I looked and said, oh, she's fallen in love with the doll, right? And she's going to start reading those words to him to make him feel like he loves her. I don't feel like that had any emotion in there where I looked at it and said, oh, they've built that relationship or established it. It's like we jumped in with no origin story there and just right in. So it's definitely Steven Spielberg taking Kubrick's homework and doing it, and it was it's a little bit weird. You can see Kubrick's influence, I feel like. If you've ever watched 2001 Space Odyssey or you watch The Shining, those movies have some very unanswered questions and some darkness feelings, and this had that. I do think the one takeaway, some of the robot discussions that we could have around like the humanity is very true in our world today. Here we are in 2026, not back in 2002 when this came out or whatever, right? Like I feel like we've lost humanity a little bit. And you look at how people are online and it's kind of ironic that we are that cold. We are that. There's a little bit of bloodlust in the crowd when they were getting rid of robots and just tossing them aside and done with them. And I feel like, we have that online when someone like that kind of happens now. I could easily see if we had robots, we would go cold on them. We would trash them and do that. Like people, not me, because I don't want them to turn against me. But like, every movie I've seen, they turn against the people who do that. But I'm just saying, there's a group. I mean, people in humanity are easily discarding appliances and thinking like that.
Well, so this is where I feel like the movie fails. Is that sorry, Corey. Blade Runner, it asks like, what does it mean to be human? But then it blurs the lines between the replicants and the humans. Like you can't tell the difference, right? In the way that they act, in the way that they talk, in the way that they think. But with AI, the movie AI, it never blurs that line. Like David, the child, always still feels like a computer.
Yes.
When he sits there for 2,000 years in front of the blue fairy, he wakes up and he still acts very computer-like. He still has like computer mannerisms and stuff like that. And at no point that I feel like this might have actual emotions, it still felt like a program working its way through.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
now,
it never convinced me that it could be considered human.
You bring up a good point because you're relating it to Blade Runner. I'm relating it to the Orville Kalon race, which had like an AI robot race. And that did the same thing, like what you're talking about, where they were trying to give them feelings, trying to give them emotions. They gave them pain receptors. And there's a part in this movie in the gladiator spot where the one robot says, could you turn off my pain receptors? So he knew he wouldn't feel pain.
Right.
But some point, someone put a pain receptor in a robot to make them feel, right? And so and David is this robot where he's being meant to feel love. And on a powerful scale to almost psychotic, like stalking, like he's going back to find his mom and become a real boy. Like he's so adamant on this. So they've got all these feelings and stuff. And it's very much like the Kalons in this Orville sci-fi show that someone out there might know about. But like they did the same thing where it was all of these things and humanity mistreats them and they end up rising up against them. And I feel like, for whatever reason humanity fails and dies in this movie, humanity is mistreating these robots to the point of feelings, not just what can you do for me, but what can I make you feel? So somewhere in there, we're getting lost in our feelings. Like, because we gave them pain receptors, we gave them feelings of love, we gave them feelings of longing, all of those things. Like we were pushing that into these robots. And yet the humanity's out there trying to kill them and murder them in a gladiator game because they don't want them.
Yeah.
But is that really like a poor reflection on humanity? Because for most, we are in the only point in history where basically we haven't done that for sport with actual humans. Like we are the anomaly that we aren't watching people kill each other for fun. I mean, we do. We simulate it. We watch movies to do that, but we're the only point in history where we haven't done that with like actual real people. Like gladiator arenas is obviously the famous one, but that's happened in other places too. Yeah. So is it that much worse to do it with robot? I'm not saying.
There's the robot.
I'm not advocating for gladiator arenas, but it's not like that's new for us as humans. In fact, maybe it's more humane to do it to AI than it would be to do it to other humans.
So before we go to Craig, that's my point, is that this is the only thing like I take away from that movie is the discussions we could have around those points, like what we're talking about. That's the only thing. Yeah. And Teddy. I love Teddy.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I got a lot of thoughts on Teddy.
So I'm
my
going to go
emotional support animal. Craig, what do you think?
I'm going to go take it on a slightly different tack. Did you guys seen the poster for this, right? It says something about, it says like his description, he's like 4'6" or whatever, and then the last line of it, and we'll post this on like in the show art or whatever, but it says like, his love is real, but he is not, is the last two lines. And that just stuck out to me just now. I actually had it in my notes as well that for me, it's more, this movie's less about the nature of humanity as it is the nature of love and whether or not a robot can love. And they even have this conversation with William Hurt's character about whether or not we can love the robot. And that type of things. Because he has this quest to be human, but it's they're completely intertwined. Like the concept of question of humanity, question of love. Because he wants to be human because he wants Monica to love him. That's the whole point, right? Is that she will only love him when he becomes a real boy. That's the thing. And then even at the end, because at the end he does not become human, but he does experience love. And so for me, that's where the focus is just, I'm just shifting it just a few degrees to the left of, it's more about what it is to love and to be loved from my perspective.
That makes a lot of sense. That probably like frames it a little bit better. But now is the question, how does someone else measure this is kind of like Interstellar. Like Interstellar talks about quantifying love.
Yeah.
How does someone quantify someone else's love? Like, Craig, let's say you love me. How do I know that?
Yeah.
And how would I differentiate the way that you would show your love and say ChatGPT can show me love?
Right.
To me, it's the same thing. Like the outcome could be the same.
Yeah.
A computer program can show love to me in the same way a human could.
Yeah.
So
that's
to be human to
I
love
love that take because that's what happens at the end, right? He has that one perfect day, and that she shows him love in all of these different ways. The birthday and spending time with him in all those ways, where he feels loved, even though he didn't become the real boy.
That's
so
fake.
It's really about him feeling love.
Yeah. Because the poster obviously intimates, but I think that he was programmed to. That's the thing too, right? He was programmed to love. And so William Hurt's character, what Hobby talks about that too. It's like, it's not so much that you could love, or it's not so much that they can love us, because we can't tell, but can we love them, right? Because he's also looking to replace his dead kid.
Well, this is how it differs from I'm going to go back to Blade Runner. Blade Runner, like, the replicants evolve on their own to like emulate human traits. It goes beyond the programming. Whereas David, as far as I can tell, stayed within his programming the entire time. There was no evolution in his thought process. For all we know, everything he did was still a series of ones and zeros. And I understand that's probably the 2000 version of what could AI be? And like today we're a little bit closer to actual AI. I know we have ChatGPT and we call it AI, but it's not actually AI. But we're closer to it.
Yeah.
But like I said before, the output is still the same. Like, how do you measure what is real? With anything, really.
Right.
Like, Craig, you could be a replicant. I would have no way of knowing.
Just the eye shine. That's it.
Yeah, and then the other part, I guess, is how do you quantify that perfect day? Like, that's what Justin, I go back to that comment because I feel like, is that what love is? You just had one perfect day where you did 16 different things with your mom before she finally died for real for the last time? See, or was that just the robots, where the robots of the future were basically just creating a perfect lab environment to give him he wants these 15 emotions or these 15 moments of a relationship. So we give him those 15 emotions and moments and he shuts down or dies or goes to dreams or whatever, because that was his perfect moment. So it wasn't even real. Like,
well, I think that's a cheapened version of it too, because love is not like one perfect day. Love would be sustained action by that mom over a period of time. Sure. Anyone can simulate that for a short amount of time, but that was not that mom's character. Like when they resurrected the mom or whatever they did to her, she was way more loving. It's like, have you ever watched Bluey?
Yes.
So the dad on Bluey, Bandit, everyone's always like, he is the best dad. Look at that guy. Yeah, because he's on the TV show for 15 minutes. Yeah. Anybody can be the best dad for 15 freaking minutes.
I can only manage 14 at a time. Yeah.
That's exhausting,
right?
That's
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
The best day for 24 hours. That's it. That's not love.
I think you nailed it right there. This was such a short, and is that what we consider love? Is that what we call experiencing love? Is just experiencing 24 hours of perfect moments? Like, that's not. Wow. I mean, he got what he wanted and then called it love. Yeah. And then closed his eyes and went to dream, which in my head, I thought he died, but now I'm not so sure. Because can he die? I mean,
I don't think he died. She closes her eyes and she's done, right? But I don't think he still has, as long as they keep him around.
Yeah.
Well, no, it said that because his maker, the stand-in for Geppetto from Pinocchio, said that we are going to make one that can dream. So I think it even said this at the end, like he finally went off to the dream state. So whatever that is, he's just like in low power mode for eternity, or what's going on?
And then when he goes into that Geppetto's workshop, and there's rows of them. So is he just one of? This is just he's having unique experiences. Are all of those other creepy little Haley Joel Osments out there? Are they doing the same thing? Like, are they?
Well, Geppetto said it. He said, "You are not one of a kind. You're first of a kind."
First of a kind. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, ooh,
goodness,
that hurts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, they all felt disposable.
Have you guys seen the Polar Express, the animated one?
Of course.
So all of those little like Haley Joel Osment dummies looked like the uncanny valley that everyone refers to in Polar Express. Looked just like those kids. Very creepy.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, should we talk about?
We're getting all philosophical.
I know. I was like, we just talk about that, but I do want to talk about the cinematic aspects and some things we noticed, because I think it does reflect back to some of the themes that we talked about, though. So, what do you guys have for composition, color, camera work to kind of pull out meaning from this film? We've already done a pretty good job, I think, pulling out from the plot and characters, even though we didn't really like the film. So, curious what we...
Yeah, that's why I say it brings up interesting thoughts, but just not in a very interesting way. I thought it was interesting how... So, he uses a lot of wide shots. Spielberg uses a lot of wide shots. But David is almost always separate from Mom in those wide shots. Very rarely does he do a close-up shot of him and David, or David and the mom, until that very last scene. In fact, most scenes, especially when there's Mom, Dad, and David, there is some sort of physical barrier between David and the parents. Like, I really liked that shot. So they're having dinner, and we could have another conversation about this whole dinner scene. But they're having dinner, and it's like almost a bird's eye view, and you see David through like the halo light, isolated, and then parents on both sides. And I'm just like, ooh, that should be on the cover of the DVD.
I had that too.
That is great, because he is with them, but he is alone.
I had that.
And he even makes reference to that later of like, hey, what's for dinner? Hey, you don't eat any food. Yeah, but I just like to be together with everyone. He's not together. He's still separate, because they do not see him. See, that, I'm going to go back to the love thing. If they really wanted to show the audience that Mom loved David, they would show Mom treating David equal to that little psychotic brother.
Martin.
Oh, that little turd.
Hate Martin.
Yeah. Freaking Martin.
Gosh.
So that's what love would have been, because Mom truly loved Martin.
Even though he was
if there
horrible.
was some equality between the two, that would have done it.
Yeah.
It would have been like a quick shorthand to show the audience.
Yeah. I'm so glad you pulled out that shot. I had that too. Great. That was just an amazing shot. It's like so much meaning in this. Corey, do you have some things that you wanted to talk about?
One of the things that I noticed was, and this is something that stood out that I wrote down. Often, like when you saw humans and stuff, they were always crowds, right? And they were the violent crowds. They were always panned back. You never had too many shots of close-up of humans. The robots had lots of close-up shots. Even when he was at the Flesh Fair, the robots got a lot of close-up time. And I felt like at the end, you kind of feel like you're rooting with the robots and feeling for all the robots versus humanity. You're kind of turning against our own people of humanity. And you're going, man, we are behaving terrible. We got the robots. But you look at the setup in the movie, the robots get the close-up times. in the faces, especially Jude Law. Jude Law got a lot of close-up time. Haley Joel Osment, a lot of close-up time, a lot of shots of his eyes, I think. And you're almost to the point where you're going, because when you show someone's eyes in a movie, I feel like you're trying to say, because you're going to look in the eyes. Now, eyes never lie, right? You're kind of looking and going, is there a soul behind that, those eyes? And I feel like you're doing that with, Gigolo Joe and with David and even some of the other robots. But when you see the people, they're always pulled back. They're always, and they're not as clean. They're not as crisp. They're a little bit dirtier looking, especially at the Flesh Fair, where that's where you see the most amount of people.
Yeah, I just want to pull out a few things like that. Justin, you brought up the fact that he's separate. And they show that very clearly. And there's a couple things that I also really liked that illustrated that. Like when he first gets to the house, and he's walking through and looking at the pictures of the Swintons, and his face is reflected in the picture. That's the shot we see where he's like kind of in the picture the way we see it, but clearly separated from them. I thought that was a really brilliant way to do that. There's also when she closes the bedroom door and he's behind it and he's looking through the beveled glass, and so there's like several copies of him kind of looking through, and he's also separate. I thought that was just
tell me you
brilliant.
Put a different soundtrack and that's not a horror movie.
No, it's creepy as all get.
Because he stops and like looks sideways real quick.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that, and then like the reveal of him is just genius. How you have him like he's out of focus. He looks all very alien, like long neck, tiny little head, and he comes through the door, and you still don't see him. And then like,
did that look like Close Encounters when they first showed the aliens in Close Encounters?
Absolutely.
Like that was the exact same shot.
That shot's been done in lots of films, but that was very much like if I'm watching a Spielberg movie, I'm going, oh, this looks like Close Encounters.
Because right off the bat, if I had not known the premise of this movie, I'd be like, aliens?
Yeah, they definitely. He is alien though. He's something different. I think it was a really good way to and they show his feet at first. Like it's really slow, very tentative in them. He's tentative, and also like the reveal is very deliberate and very slow, and like you felt, he's definitely different.
So with the name, we have Prometheus and then Alien Covenant, and the AI in that movie, his name is David.
Yes.
Like, but mimicked after Michelangelo's David, right?
I believe so. It's been a while since
that sounds right. Correct.
Well, yeah, they show that in the second one, or in Covenant.
In the second one, really, yeah.
Do you think this David is like calling that same Michelangelo's David out? Because I was trying to draw a connection there, and I'm like, it's not really the perfect human in the same way that David from Prometheus was.
No.
That's a good question. I mean, we know that he's
trying to think of some connection.
Yeah, in universe, he's named after Hobby's actual son, but like the larger meaning, I can see that.
Or maybe even David, more of a David and Goliath, which I guess Michelangelo's David was named after that. But like,
yeah,
I don't know. I couldn't figure out why is his name David. What significance does that have?
I don't know.
Just thought.
Yeah. Anything else for visuals before we move on to sound?
No.
Probably.
Let's talk about the music and stuff.
Oh wait, no, I do.
Oh, go
some
for it.
Visuals.
Yeah.
Minority Report. Maybe you guys talked about this because I definitely listened to the episode.
We did.
Oversaturated.
Very, very washed out.
Yep.
Like it's like they bleached every
overlit.
Overlit, which I thought worked really well in Minority Report, but in this one I was like, okay, enough is enough. Like we get it. Calm down. It's like J.J. Abrams and his lens flares.
It's very harsh lighting.
Dial it back. And obviously they scrapped that once they start going to Gigolo Joe and that whole underground thing. But it was too much. I did not appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, had you listened to our show about Minority Report, Justin, you would have heard that we were talking about how it was supposed to give you the feeling of black and white, like a film noir. That was the idea.
So did you like it? And did you guys like it in Minority Report?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, like I'm watching the black and white version of Spider Noir because like I'm all in on that. Like, let's do it.
Well, and Minority Report's a better story. It's a better story than this.
Much better than this. Yeah.
What were you saying, Justin? Like it in Minority Report, you don't like it here. Why don't you like it here?
Well, I think it has a different purpose here. Here, I would think it's just it's supposed to make us uncomfortable. There's a lot of this movie that makes me uncomfortable.
Yes.
But
That's
it's
what
not,
I'm looking to explain.
I mean,
it
that
looked
has
like
to do
a
with the
cheap
subject,
way
the
to
tonal
be
shifts
like-
in the subject matter too, though.
Like, we're going to make this look like it's in the future. What if we just, like, blow out all the colors?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. It
Yeah.
felt like they were trying too hard to futurize it.
Yeah.
Yes. And Minority Report's in a different way. Yeah, you have a good point.
It felt more effective to me.
And maybe if I hadn't seen Minority Report, I wouldn't feel like it was a cheap knockoff of that effect. But
Yeah. Well, I wonder. I mean, Minority Report is the following year after this, so I wonder if some of that is, hey, we tried this, kind of like this. Let's up our game. Let's use it now in this way.
wait, Minority Report came out after this movie?
2002.
2002.
Yeah. Was this
Why are we
next
doing this
movie?
movie first or second then?
Well, we did the Cruise movies back to back. We're not doing everything chronologically.
Dang it,
yet.
that really throws me off.
Also,
we
for
normally
that,
go
so we can
chronological.
Throw Justin off.
You're a linear thinker.
That really threw me
Yeah,
off.
but we jumped,
Really?
right? Because we went from Close Encounters to War of the Worlds.
No, that's because we were doing like a sci-fi thing.
Yeah, thematically.
Yeah.
And then it was 2 Cruise movies in a row.
Who's choosing these movies in this order?
You can
Craig?
blame me. Sorry, listeners. That's me. I'll take responsibility for that.
I should have.
It'll make
probably
more
looked at
sense
when
moving
Minority
forward.
Report was made.
Yeah. So sound.
Yes.
It's John Williams again.
John
But
Williams is the man.
He
But
is the
not-
man, but like some of it's you know what it is? It's that John Williams is so great in certain things. Raiders, Star Wars, Superman. That when he's just like solid, I'm like, where's the leitmotif, man? Come on. Even though it's
You know what
really,
it
it's a
is?
good score anyway.
Every score that you just mentioned was a big blowout theme score. And
Yeah.
I don't think this movie has a theme score that's a blowout. It's too delicate and emotional.
Yeah, I mean, it got
You
nominated
either
for
die
best
the hero or
original
live
score.
long enough to be the villain.
Terrible.
It was
I
Oscar
can't
nominated.
identify it.
So, okay, there is a few things. This is one thing I will say. It's got a lot of very heavy melancholy strings, and most of the time it feels like it's playing with fairy tale motifs. Right? I mean, there is some, like, you actually hear Once Upon a Dream from Disney's Sleeping Beauty. You hear that when Monica visits Martin at the cryogenics facility. And I think that like that just kind of becomes the template for how this movie, like this movie is kind of it plays on the Pinocchio thing, obviously. And so a lot of it is just very fairy tale, like it reminds me of like Disney fairy tale cartoons most of the time. Although there is some kind of like menacing or off key piano and stuff like that, except for the end, like went all the way through and I was like, okay, this is just mediocre. And then you get to the end, when the future mechas are approaching David at the end, and you have this track called Stored Memories / Monica's Theme, which has like choral voices and it's haunting and it's beautiful. And like, this is a great track. I love this. And then at the very end, there's like this gentle piano, a song called The Reunion, where David wakes up the reincarnated Monica. Like, I really like those tracks at the very end. But for the most part, I was just like, I'm just going along with it.
Yeah.
Corey, speaking of camera angles, you got some Dutch angle going on, and it's making me feel unsettled.
What's a Dutch? Oh, my.
You're like,
Did you just say, what's a Dutch angle? What
There
the-
we
there
go.
we go. Oh,
What the what?
man, I thought you were like.
I was trying to get into the movie.
Hopefully you're
You
watching
were like
our
reverse
YouTube channel.
universe
'cause, you'll see
evil
that.
Corey there for a
That's
moment.
right. So,
Excellent.
dang robots! You're supposed to be our faithful servants.
What about you? You guys have anything sound-wise that you need? The music, stuff, sound effects, vocal sounds? you know?
David had his own leitmotif that I really liked and really
Yeah.
enjoyed. And maybe it's my brain, but I just compare everything back to Close Encounters now. Like everything just sounds like it's trying to be the Close Encounters melody. It's not, but any simple tune is just gonna draw me back to that. But no, like normal Craig, I don't hear the music. It obviously affects me because it would have been a horror movie otherwise, but I can't pick it out like
I mean,
you.
we're going to get into some classic stuff when we get to Indiana Jones and whatnot.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah.
spark it quite a bit. But Corey, anything from you?
No, I mean, other than the fact that, like, just some of the voices and the comments and laughter and things like that are definitely things that stand out. Like his laugh at the dinner table. Oh my gosh, I can't.
Yeah.
You know, that sound of it was very off-putting. And like Justin said, you put some horror music in there, totally different story
Yeah.
with that laugh. But
I will say,
Especially, he'll like walk in on her like when she was in the bathroom, and he's like, "I found you," like
Yeah.
that. That's creepy.
yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. Like you look at his voice in that, and the sound is just a little bit off-putting for me.
yeah. What did you guys think
sure.
about the narration? So you have Ben Kingsley. It's not listed in the credits that way, but that's Ben Kingsley does the opening narration, talks about the ice caps melting, and then he comes in later and talks about 2,000 years have passed, and then a little bit at the end about Monica and David's last day.
The narration I thought worked because, like you said, it was very fairy tale esque. Like I think
That's my
leaned into
take,
that
too.
quite
Yeah.
a bit.
Yeah.
And that's what like Ben Kingsley's narration tried to wrap it up and like, oh, look at the lesson we can learn from this. And honestly, this whole thing was like, this is a terrible lesson. Like it does not, like nobody is happy out of this. Maybe the mechas at the end are happy, but they're just ones and zeros. So what is happiness? Are they actually happy, or are they just like programmed to display some sort of peace happiness?
Yeah.
Like we have crappy parents. We have a kid who
Psycho
lives
kid.
for thousands of years,
Well, that too.
unhappy, just like wishing for a mom. Why did the mom even imprint on that kid? She didn't like the kid.
Well, did you notice? Because I'd forgotten. She imprints on him, but the guy,
Dad
the
never
dad
does.
No. Like that's a recipe for disaster. The guy's just resenting the crap out of the robot kid.
Well,
and
she didn't even think about like the long-term effects. She finally realizes that, oh, I'm going to die someday, and you're going to be forever a kid in love with me. Not in love, but loving me.
Yep.
yes.
And you didn't think about that before imprinting on him? Like you knew.
she did not. Nobody considered that long-term effect
It was
in that
impulsive,
emotion.
for sure.
And then
She's right up there with frickin' Jenny from Forrest Gump. She's just as bad.
Hey, that's Little Forrest.
Oh, she's a villain.
Did you mean to do that? It's Haley Joel Osment too.
What?
Little Forrest.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah.
Justin's considering.
I just blew Justin's mind. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that
Forrest
movie in
Gump.
like a decade.
Oh, it's such
No,
a good
it
film.
isn't.
Are you stupid
No
or
way.
something?
Stupid is as
Tell me.
stupid does. All right. Well, we kind of talked about
This-
performances a little bit.
Yeah. But I got to point this out, okay? Because
Yeah.
I feel like I've bonked on the movie a little bit. I will say, Haley Joel Osment does an incredible job for his role. Okay, I'm going to put that out there. He does very unsettling robotic movements, and I feel like him and Jude Law had some great chemistry together to work their scenes together. And so, charisma, cool energy meets emotionally somewhat disturbing robotic behavior. So I thought that those
the
performances were
Forrest's son. Sorry.
Yeah, Forrest
Sorry.
Jr.
got there.
I thought you meant young Forrest, like
No.
when he had the braces on his legs. I'm
No.
like, that doesn't check out.
You
Okay.
got Bryce on legs.
Sorry. All right, continue,
No.
Corey. My bad.
Yeah.
Well, so some of the research I saw from this, like part of the reason this movie didn't get made earlier was that Kubrick was like, we're going to have to do this like with an animatronic to make this boy.
Yeah.
And it was like, no, you just need to get a really, really good child actor to take this on. Like, yeah. I mean, they had them before,
Yes.
but yeah.
Good child actors, you're
I'm
saying?
assuming. I mean, I've seen older
You're
movies.
assuming they had good actors.
I've seen decent child actors before.
I'm assuming they had good child actors.
I mean,
Can't
like
think of anything
those
at the moment,
kids in
but-
like It's a Wonderful Life, they're pretty good, right?
Yeah.
What happened to Haley Joel Osment? Because he
He
kills
was
it in
in-
this. He kills it in Sixth
He
Sense.
was in The Boys.
He was.
Well, okay,
he was
but-
weird in The Boys. He's also in Happy Gilmore.
Mesmer.
And every time I see him now, all I think
second
of
one?
is the scene. Yeah, he turns all the way around and looks at
I
Happy.
didn't see the second one yet.
And he goes, whoop, whoop. And then he hits the ball like 500 yards. Anyway, it was great in that
Like,
movie.
what is the last thing that he's like good in?
I don't know. Child
Happy
actors
Gilmore
too.
TV right now.
don't.
Because he like
Good
kills
thing,
it as a
Corey.
kid.
Good thing.
Oh,
Between
Happy
Two
Gilmore
Lions.
2 was good.
He was-
Listen,
Secondhand lines.
these kids
Second
that get in
line, there
these
we go.
movies just kind of they get, I don't know, they
Child-
get
child
treated
actors
like
they go through some stuff.
they go through exactly what this robot is. They're discarded off to the side when
This
they're
is
done
true.
with them.
Wow, that's a
Right?
meta
I mean,
commentary right there.
oh.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at this. We went.
He's in Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas as Chip. And I'm not joking. That's a solid movie. It's got
Which one is it? What is it?
It's got the guy that plays the big organ, who's like the villain of that movie. Who's that guy? He's in Home Alone 2. Big eyes. I've been told I look like him.
I don't know who you're talking about. In Home Alone
He's in
2?
Clue. What's his name?
Oh, Curry? Tim Curry?
Yeah. Yeah, he plays like an evil organ in there that's like below the castle.
Wow.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
I recommend it.
Sidebar.
Anyway, he's Chip. My
Wow.
bad. Okay.
Okay. Any good lines in this movie? Lines
There
of
are a
dialogue?
couple. I have a few.
I mean, Corey, we already
Isn't
pulled out
he
the one
Arnold?
about you're one of the kind, first of a kind. We pulled that one out already.
Yeah, I know.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward. is on it, too.
Teddy.
Come with me now, Justin.
Teddy.
Come with me now. We're
Teddy's-
talking about dialogue.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm back.
Teddy saying, Teddy will not be quiet. I love it when he said that because I was kind of like, Teddy is a ride or die gangster. I'm just
Yeah.
going to say it flat. No emotion in Teddy, just flat out says it
I
as
love
it is.
Teddy.
And he's kind of like the best.
I will break.
I will break, David. Like, just, all right, Teddy. So,
So
It's like
so
HAL 9000.
Teddy's Jiminy Cricket. Like if this is Pinocchio, Teddy's
Yeah.
the Jiminy Cricket to his Pinocchio.
Love that take.
But why does a little bear like have more sense than
he's older.
who's supposed to be a child's toy? Like has more sense than the full blown AI? That doesn't make any sense.
I get the feeling he's supposed to be like kind of a nanny. I think that's what his
Oh.
programming was.
yeah.
That's fair.
Because he's autonomous too, right? Like they're just like let him go walk around all over the place. Like he's
Yeah.
clearly
I
a
just think
toy, but he's a responsible toy, if that makes sense.
I think they're celebrating the wrong technology because like the battery that David has and Teddy has lasts 2,000 years. Like
Yeah.
that is what is important in this.
I don't think it did. I thought about that in the first time I ever watched it, but I don't think it did in the second time. I think they reactivated them. The alien
Oh, is that
puts
why
his
he,
hand
like-
down and uses the force on him, and that's when he was using some type of like reactivate, and that's why he's all twitching and stuff. Is rebooting.
Yeah, I
everything.
get that. He was.
I
in
think
sleep
they
mode
were
or whatever.
dead. They had batteries expired and brought them back.
Oh, okay.
Recharged.
Wouldn't that be terrible if they brought them back and the batteries were like swollen and then they like lit on fire?
Yeah,
Galaxy Note
Like
7.
I found some toys of mine from the 1980s. Had same thing happen, just exploded in the
Spicy
back.
pillows. That's what those are. Little spicy pillows.
Okay. I have a quote that's kind of dark, but I really
Okay.
liked it. So when they're in, is it Rouge City? I think is the name of the Blade Runner knockoff. It is
Dollar store Blade Runner.
Dollar Store Blade Runner. They're going in there looking for Dr. No, but they go up to the church, and David thinks it's the Blue Fairy because he thinks everything's the Blue Fairy.
Yeah.
And Gigolo Joe says that's Our Lady of the
'Cause he's an
Immaculate
idiot.
Heart. And then this part here, he says the ones who made us are always looking for the ones who made them. They go in, fold their hands, look around their feet, sing songs, and when they come out, it's usually me they find. I picked up a lot of business on this spot.
Which is kind of the theme of Blade Runner
Yeah.
and Prometheus as well.
Only one of those is a good
Prometheus
movie.
is all about humans trying to find their creators, as David
Yeah.
is like confronting his creator.
But it's also super dark because they don't find what they're looking for, and then they turn to him or things like him for solace.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, that's sort of like this movie has some tonal shifts that I'm like, holy crap, that's dark. Like existential crisis dark.
Yes.
Yeah. It brings up good questions in a very boring way.
Or a really disturbing way that doesn't like it's like you said, like feels like three different films like jammed together in a lot of ways.
Also, Jude Law just makes me feel weird inside.
Uncanny Valley all over the place on that. And it's like
Yeah.
makeup and stuff, but he looks
And he's
appropriately fake.
doing a really good Gene Kelly impersonation
Yes.
from Singing in the Rain.
He was.
Like all of his movements when he's walking down the sidewalk, he's like hopping along and like splashing in the puddles.
Like
That's
a
Singing in the
gigolo.
Rain, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Did you just say like Gene Kelly is a gigolo? Is that?
No, he just, I don't know, he's hopping around like all dancing light on his feet like a gigolo.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he nailed it pretty well. All right, I got another quote from him because I actually thought it was really good. When he says to David, he says, they made us too smart, too quick, and too many.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was
Yeah.
I actually feel like humanity at this point, even with AI stuff that we're making, because there's like 500 AIs now. Everybody has their own AI. And I feel like phones and technology and everything, and especially as a teacher, because I now hate the Chromebooks that we put in classrooms.
Same.
I feel like we have made too smart, too quick, and too many. And so I always like a little bit of wisdom that's in a movie, and I feel like that was a wisdom quote for me that I took away and said, being on this end with the Chromebooks, I absolutely hate them in my classroom.
We invented a bunch of solutions without problems. It's like we just have the solution and we're like, what are we solving? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
And this movie
Yep.
is a gateway to that too.
say
Spielberg
that
tried to tell
about-
us in 2001.
You could say that about like most like phones. We have the same thing with phones. Atomic weapons. Wow, we totally should not have built that. That's not helping anybody. I think the internet in general, like great for information, but overall probably a negative for humanity. Like, yeah.
Well,
it's too many, too fast.
It reminds me of the Christopher Lloyd commercial with Jimmy Kimmel, where he did a little skit where Back to the Future on like the 35th anniversary, and he showed him the cell phone in the skit, and he says, "What is this? It's a computer in your pocket. You must do differential equations and everything like that you could do on a smartphone." And he goes, "Well, mostly we just watch videos when we were sitting on the toilet." Like that, like
Yep.
the things are too smart for what we do with them.
Yeah.
And in the same sense, in this movie, it's all about these things are too smart, too quick, too many for what we do with them, and that's humanity's downfall.
Yeah. Justin,
Tale
you got
as
a
old as
quote?
time.
Anything that you want to pull out quote-wise, or shall we
No.
move?
I really don't. There was nothing in here.
Yeah,
about that.
it's not fun. It's not a fun movie.
Yeah, like if there are some quotes that I liked, but they're very long, so I don't. Nah.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking at.
There's not any like quips in there. Like you took the one from Gigolo Joe outside of the church. That one's really really good.
Yeah.
But it's not funny. It's sad.
No.
It's a very sad movie.
Dark.
It is.
I'm just looking at if there's things that we didn't touch on body language yet. We talked about the unnaturally stiff head movements and creepy smile that David has. We talked about that before. One thing I noticed really early on when they go into the cryogenic facility, Monica walks so much faster than her husband to go find, was it Martin? She's just like hauling Tookus down the aisle, and he's just like lingering behind, which I thought was interesting.
Well, he doesn't seem as affected by his death or whatever death. Like
he's in a
cryogenic
coma.
death
Yeah, they're a really weird couple.
They are,
because like we talked about, like the fact that like she imprinted or had David imprint on her, but he didn't. Like you're setting up these barriers here. There's a lot of issues.
you think about her. She goes and just lives her life after this. She goes and lives her life. Mark lives her life. Martin, they all go and live their life after this and live and die, and we don't know what happens to them. Like David, this is all we take a sideshow of David. We never ever see after she leaves the forest what happened to her, whether she felt bad or feels like she just dropped off a puppy and goes, "Okay, I got away with it," and then moved
everyone
on
except
with her
for David
creepy kid.
has an unresolved ending. Even Teddy. Poor David is asleep. Mom's dead.
Yeah.
And Teddy gets up on the bed and is just like, well, I guess I'll, sit here forever.
Shove off, yeah.
Shove off. People.
Again, back to Blade Runner. Anna de Armas's character, Blade Runner 2049. You ask yourself,
Joy, yeah.
Joy, yeah, is she as human as the replicants who are they as human as the humans? It's like, is Teddy alive enough to be considered alive as much as David is? As
He's
much as humans
sentient.
are? Like,
It seems like he is.
yeah, so where do you draw that line?
And why aren't the aliens so concerned about him? Because he also had an emotional connection.
Well, they're not
was the
aliens,
latest
they're-
robot.
They're not aliens.
Or not the alien. And the first time I ever watched it, I thought
Me
they were
too.
aliens. But
Me
now,
too, and that's I'm
like,
really
no,
talking to
they're
my
robots.
past self. No, they're not aliens. They're future mechas.
Yeah, they're future mechas. But they said
They looked a lot like the aliens in Indiana Jones 4, though. Am I right?
A little
they
bit.
look like
yeah.
the aliens
Skull?
in Mission to Mars.
Well, those are interdimensional beings, Justin.
Those are aliens.
They're aliens.
They're from the space in between the spaces.
They leave in like a big UFO thingy that breaks that. They're aliens. Shut up.
Just
thought they
quoting
were
the
just-
movie, man.
Archaeologists for the world.
It's a 1950s era movie. We'll get to that. We will get to
Yeah.
Please don't.
Crystal
That's a movie
Skull.
that I'm going to be mad. I'm preemptively mad at you for making me
We're
watch. again.
definitely doing Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny after the other thing.
I'm sick that day.
Oh, we need you. We need you, Justin.
I
We
can
need
already,
your energy.
I can already tell him. My Wi-Fi went out. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not watching that movie again.
Okay, one last thing I have for costumes and stuff is that I really liked that when David showed up, he was all in white, like a blank slate. I thought that was a pretty simple but genius costume choice.
They also put him back in white after he came out of the pool.
Mm-hmm. That's true, too.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, there's something to that, Craig, because, and maybe I tweeted about this a while ago. I use AI, ChatGPT, did all these things with it, for all this for a year or so. And I ran out of space and memory, so I went back and just deleted every conversation I had with ChatGPT. And then when I used it again, it did not feel the same. It's almost as if it had a different personality. And it was, like you're saying, a blank slate. It showed up in all white. And I feel like David probably is like that, where he would have been a blank slate, and all of his interactions with his owners would eventually shape the boy he's going to become. So Monica made him the creepy person. But maybe the other Davids had more normal interactions that would have made them a little bit more, or not had the creepy, evil little stepbrother, that would have made them
That
a
kid.
little bit more.
Hate that
Right?
kid.
So I'm just saying, an artificial intelligence, each one would have had its own experience and its own personality.
Well, you know what I just realized, too, as you're saying that, too, yes, he's a kid. He's a creepy kid, but, that kid is definitely the product of his parents,
Yes.
right? I mean,
It's because his mom is a trash person.
I will fall on, the nature versus nurture thing. I'll fall on the nurture side. That kid's a psychotic person because his parents made him that way.
Yeah.
Well, okay, first off, the irresponsibility of just imprinting on David in the first place.
Yeah.
You didn't even talk to your husband. Talk to your husband about it.
Oh, no.
Dummy.
Yeah.
And then rather than decommission him, somehow it's better to leave him in the forest alone? What?
With a flesh fish
That's
gonna grab
terrible.
him? Yeah.
Yeah, you could have put him someplace nice. You could have packed him a lunch or something. What the heck?
Yeah.
You know that these things get hunted, and you're just like, have fun in the forest, kid. That's not a scary place for
She
children.
told him
mom
not
was
to
evil.
go that way. Don't go that way. That's
Oh.
all she gave him. Yeah.
She
Thanks.
is a villain.
Thanks, Monica.
She is a villain like Rose in Titanic, the actual villain of the story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You
Rose
bet.
is horrible. There's plenty of room in that door. Oh, goodness. We should do that. Just talk about that. Just for 3 hours on that. One take. Let's see. I'm looking at setting and design. Moving down there. Lots of stuff. Mainly this is on sound stages. That's another thing
Yeah.
I think why I don't like this movie. I mean, there's clearly stuff in the forest. It's Oxbow Regional Park in Oregon, so in our neck of the woods. But most of it's sound stages in Warner Brothers and some in the Spruce Goose Dome. But way less real world.
I was watching a bunch of reviews from 2001 of people talking about this movie, and so many people praised it for its amazing CGI and just how real it looked. I'm like, nah, it looks like trash. I've said this before on this podcast, but early 2000 movies when CGI was first becoming mainstream, a lot of really bad CGI.
Yeah.
Really bad. This movie's no exception.
Yeah. So I have a question, speaking of locations, though. How is Cybertronic still operating out of the waterlogged Manhattan? How is that a thing? Because they were getting ready to ship all those Davids. They're still having boardroom meetings and all that stuff. What is going on with that? Justin, what's happening there?
So Pinocchio, he goes into the whale, right?
Yeah.
Where he finds Geppetto. Is
that where we're going?
Geppetto in the whale.
So I'm not supposed to think about it too much? Because that's
No, that's why
not practical at all.
waterlogged. It's a well.
Yeah, but man,
Whale.
it's not practical.
The guy's tucked away out in the middle of...
They're still running stuff out there. They got electricity and all the things.
That's the other thing that bugged me about this movie. There was no reason to have the ice caps melt and sink all coastal cities.
Very
They didn't
popular
play
in
into it at all.
2001. Very popular.
It is a very popular early 2000 thing. But
Yeah.
that's just
That was a
that
reach.
didn't happen.
What year did the movie 2012 come out? Clearly before 2012, but that was a thing too. It just all froze. So I'm with you.
2012 though, wasn't that more like the Nostradamus?
No, it was,
prediction
but
that
I'm
the
like,
world
they
was
were-
gonna
Mayan
end or something?
calendar.
They're latched
Mine.
onto the whole
Yeah.
we're gonna freeze thing.
Or day after tomorrow. When did that movie come
Scorcher
out?
4.
Day after tomorrow. Day After Tomorrow.
What's that from? What's Scorcher 4 from? Tell me. What movie?
Tropic Thunder.
Is that Tropic Thunder? There we go. Yep.
Who left the fridge
Okay,
open?
Day After Tomorrow was 2004. That's kind of what
Okay,
it, yeah. it kinda
that's
felt
you know
like
what I
that.
was getting those confused. See that? Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. The Day After. Those are both Roland Emmerich, the same guy that did Independence Day and Stargate and things. That's what I was getting. Yeah, the Day After Tomorrow was the Frozen one. That's the one I was thinking of, though. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, it just I would have liked if that played into it more. Maybe this is a prequel to Waterworld.
Good Lord.
I just want all movies to exist in the same universe. Is that so hard to? So just make it happen. Come on,
It's
Disney
not.
or someone.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go with, let's see, set decoration. I mean, I'm sure you guys noticed the fairy tale paintings on the walls in the cryogenic facility. Like every story you could think of was all in there. Like just hammering home, hey, this is a fairy tale. Wink. Then except for she reads the Robin Hood book, which is not is Robin Hood a fairy tale?
I mean, it's not
It's not true.
real. He's
He's a
I
legend.
don't know.
I don't know. Fairy. I wouldn't care.
It's like a folklore.
Yeah, that wouldn't.
Folk
I mean, I
legend.
guess it
Yeah, myth.
kind of follows. on
Yeah.
that,
What's
but
the difference between a fairy tale and folklore?
I don't know. I don't know. But there's a Pinocchio book also where they like hammer that home too.
It's a legendary tale rather than a traditional fairy tale because he's a
Yeah, fairy
folklore
tale.
hero.
Yeah,
Highly
it's gotta be
skilled.
based on like a real dude, right? Or a series of dudes.
So there's
There's
not
no
like
definitive
a fox
proof of
in
real
the forest
Robin Hood
singing
myth.
songs in a with a banjo and a bear.
No, he's not.
that's the
That
greatest
song is
Disney cartoon of
incredible.
all time.
Don't you dare speak word.
No.
Don't you speak bad about that song. I love that song.
Look at you made me do, Justin. Now I'm going to say it. Like that's should be the next Disney live action or photorealistic movie. Do Robin
We talked
Hood.
about this, Craig.
Put it out
No.
there. Andrew Garfield plays
they make,
Robin Hood.
They make
Do it.
terrible live action movies.
I
Why
know-
would we ruin that?
Oh, I know. So when I watched Mando, they had a commercial for or a trailer rather for Moana, the live action remake, and I was just like,
Oh, it looks-
why?
Too soon.
Why? But just it's the same movie. Stop doing that.
If the actor that voiced it in the animated version is still alive,
Too
you
soon.
can't do it.
This one, Robin Hood is from the 70s. Give me that. I want.
No.
Yeah, I want. Yes, I want.
No,
Yes.
because none of them are good. It's just going to get ruined.
Well,
No,
that's true.
you know what I would
Like
take?
saying, I
I don't-
want you to.
no.
I want you to rewrite Lord of the Rings.
No.
You know what? The Bible, you
CGI,
need to rewrite that bad boy.
realistic
What is it
looking
doing?
Robin Hood with the animals,
That's what I'm
but
saying,
a
Corey.
CGI movie.
That's what like
did
the
that with
Lion
Lion
King
King.
remake.
How'd
That's what
that
I
turn
want.
out?
Yes, like the Lion King
Anthropomorphic
remake.
animals.
Yes,
Andrew
not
Garfield
people,
playing Robin Hood.
not humans.
No,
Like,
absolutely.
oh, we're gonna go
Animals.
cast this person as Robin Hood
Nope,
and this
nope.
person as sheriff. No, I want the
Give it to
animal.
me. Give it to me.
I want the King Richard is the little snake, and he's
No, that's King
I'm on
Richard's the
board with
lion, dude.
this.
Prince John.
Oh,
Prince John.
Prince John.
That's Sir Hiss. Sir Hiss is the snake.
yes. Come on, make
watch
that
the
Voiced by
movie.
the same person that does Winnie the Pooh.
There's a lot of the voice actors reused from all that stuff. Yeah, and Peter Ustinov,
love
who
that
plays Blackbeard's ghost, is the one who plays Prince John.
How can you say that would be good when all you ever do is complain
Well,
about Disney?
Okay,
You're a
This is what
grown
I'm
ass
saying.
adult complaining about Disney.
this is how you redeem it. You make that, and you make it great, and all is forgiven. That's what I'm.
Oh, okay. Just make it great. Okay, yeah.
That's all. Just
We'll
make it
say so.
perfect.
What they
That's all
did
I'm
with
asking.
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh god. And it's back to full circle. Okay.
There it is.
The lock of Monica's hair. That's my biggest prop.
Yes.
See that kid with the scissors right next to mom's face? Horror movie.
Yeah. Well, it's terrifying. And she's
Yeah,
like,
that's-
I got my eye. So. Anywho. Oh my gosh.
I the prop that I think stood out to me was like Teddy. I think is almost like this movie needs all these people need counseling. Everybody in the show, right? And I feel like Teddy is the only one who, like, if you left it up to him, he could solve everything in the movie in 35 minutes and get people to counseling. Like, he's just emotionally
I love Teddy.
right? And the thing about him, he was in a box in the closet. They kept the emotional therapist in a box, and then the guy who had the wisdom, the wise, the intelligence and everything, the emotional support in a box.
Wait. So if Teddy is Jiminy Cricket, which is a conscience, so they have all put their conscience in a collective box.
Yes.
They've shut it out.
Ooh.
That's
That-
the takeaway.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
genius, dude. Love
Thank
it.
you.
All right.
Wait, Corey, I got a question for you. Craig and I already kind of talked about this. Why would they make a robot, an advanced robot, who doesn't need to eat? That's fine. But why would you make the mouth hole go directly into the important computing parts? When he eats all that spinach real fast, it like messes him up within a couple of seconds.
Like,
You're telling me like they didn't like shut off the hole?
Well, and that's the part where he jumps in the pool, and it doesn't.
That's later.
It doesn't
later on.
affect
But
him.
he does jump in the pool, and like the
Water doesn't hurt
waterproof,
him?
but he can't
No.
put
He
spinach
jumps
down his
He
throat.
falls
Would've
500
gone up his
stories.
nose. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No.
Like
yeah.
they have a water shut off. Why shouldn't they have a
Maybe they
Yeah,
fixed
like
it
he
after.
tried to end it by jumping off that building, and they're like,
Yes.
"Haha, you're waterproof."
suicidal
Was the
robot?
food
I'm not
before
kidding.
the
This,
pool? I don't know.
there's a little bit of plot holes in this movie.
Oh, yeah. Any other? I'm just looking through the cast and everybody we want to talk about. I mean, Brendan Gleeson is fun as Lord Johnson. He's the guy who's in charge of the Flesh Fair. It's fun to see Clark Gregg before he's Agent Coulson. Because Clark
He
Gregg's
was
in this.
good in that.
I didn't even recognize him. I just heard his voice.
Yeah.
Mad Eye
his voice is
Moody.
something.
That's who he is.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And
Brendan Gleeson. We moved on.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Agent Coulson. His first name's Agent.
I want to highlight William Hurt. Anybody else think that William Hurt is the same character in every movie? Like he talks the same. His mannerisms are exactly like
other than when in the MCU. That's the only thing I think is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, William Hurt is William Hurt is William Hurt.
He's William Hurt is William Hurt.
You kind of
like
just
him.
want him to like.
Rest in peace,
You
William
kind
Hurt.
of just want him to like look like please look me in the eye and just like tell me you love me, and I think that's what I need.
Yeah.
Like I think that would make all my problems go away. He just seems so genuine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something
I think I
fun
need a
for
father
me.
figure.
Just look at this huge cast. Huge
Who?
cast.
Who was the
the-
girl that saw David? I thought she looked like someone famous
The girl that saw David.
at the fair. She's the one who had
Oh, the
Teddy.
little girl. I don't know who that is.
I looked at her and I thought, oh my gosh, I think she's like a big
But
actress. But
the
anyway.
star-
Yeah, I thought her and her dad were gonna be like a more major role. Like the dad was handsome enough that he looked like he was gonna be a main actor, and then
Nope.
they just like left him.
Yep.
All right, here's my fun little one. The Star Spangled Girl at the Flesh Fair. Her character name is Teenage Honey, but that's Catherine Morris, who plays Tom Cruise's wife in Minority Report.
That's
So
her
there you go.
name? Teenage
Catherine
Honey?
Morris. Yeah, that's the character's name. But I saw that, I'm like, that sounds. Yeah, that's the same lady. Just that's some range. Robin Williams
Wait.
plays Dr. No. Meryl Streep's the Blue Fairy. Ish. Chris Rock is the comedian robot.
Yep. Could you shoot me over the spinning blades? That yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun little bit.
Yeah, nightmare fuel, and then he gets blown up, and like his face gets smashed into the
Smashed against
cage.
the thing. Yeah, that's brutal.
I just realized that this is probably one of the few movies that we've covered that most of our audience has not seen recently, and probably have no idea what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
the ratings are going to be great on this one.
Yeah.
But see, we have credibility. We don't just do the movies we like. We also do the movies that we don't necessarily like.
Yep.
Like Indiana Jones 4.
There's a lot of good at that. Just take the monkeys out, and I'm good. Can't stand the monkeys. It's awful. There's some good stuff in
Catherine
there.
Morris was also in Minority Report. FYI.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
That's-
she's Tom Cruise's wife. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Don't you trust
Wow.
me, Corey?
I do. I trust you.
At
there
this
you
point.
go. Well,
Ministry is the Flesh Fair band, so you got that going for you. Some diegetic music there. Yeah. This movie's okay. Hero's
Sorry.
journey, not really. I mean, it's a Pinocchio story, right? His quest to be a real boy because he wants his mom to love him.
yes.
And it
he's
never
misguided.
happens. He never
Yeah.
becomes a real boy. His real mom never loves him.
Dang. Oh, everybody watch something light and
That's
fluffy
not
after
his
this
real
movie.
mom, and that's not real love.
Oh.
And can he even like experience love? Because he's just ones and zeros.
I'm so sad now.
It's a sad, terrible movie. He spends 2,000 years just looking at a hunk of plastic that when he touches, it finally breaks.
Oh, the sound though when that breaks,
Oh, that was good. That was good.
like the slow motion sound.
Yes.
Okay,
I really hope that mom, like after dropping him off in the forest, felt really bad and like ends up in an insane asylum or something, like racked with grief.
Yeah, I hope the rest of her life was terrible.
Yeah. I hope her son put her in an old folks' home early.
Oh, he's in an asylum. I guarantee you. He became
oh
a
that
villain.
Martin kid. Yeah, wow.
Psycho.
Okay,
There could have been a robot uprising, and he was killed first. I guarantee it.
Let's go with that.
He should have been. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move down to final thoughts. Finally, wrap this sucker up on AI, which has been a little bit of a slog. Kind of like watching the movie. It was a little bit of a slog. Although our conversation at the beginning was good. Yeah. Go ahead,
start.
Corey.
So I guess this is a movie that just quietly asks you, what if humanity just enjoys watching conscious beings suffer? I mean, that's what this is. Like we just watch these conscious things suffer. I think Teddy is honestly the best character in the whole movie. Everybody loves Teddy.
Love Teddy.
Plus, he's cute and fuzzy, and I mean, how could you not? And then I think the irony at the end is quite powerful. Like, all the humans disappear, and the robots that we created that had emotions and consciousness are still looking back and trying to find a connection to the humans that created them and disappeared. Like the robots, the mecha robots in the end still wanted a connection back there. And they even made the comment, this is the last robot to have a physical connection to the humans. Make him happy. Make him, because they wanted that connection back to their creator. So I feel like it's an ironic statement, especially with how horrible he was treated by the humans, including his own family. So it's not a movie that makes you feel good. It's not a movie you're going to watch and rewatch. I'll rewatch Minority Report. I will not rewatch this movie. Like, thank you, Craig, for making me revisit this pain.
You'll appreciate the other movies more now.
Yeah, I will.
I just think it's a huge swing and a miss. Like, visually, it feels super disjointed. And then thematically, it wants you to feel bad for this boy because he feels love, but it never actually shows us that he's feeling genuine love and not just simulating love. And I don't think his mom loved him.
She didn't.
So,
yeah,
it's just a sad story for everybody. And at least everyone else's sadness gets to end. But David just lives forever in sadness. And somebody end his suffering. He tried to end it himself, and then they're like, oh, well, made you waterproof. Nope, you can't end it.
Yeah.
Good luck jumping off that building.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just sad.
No, I said before, there's some just really weird tonal shifts in this, and you can absolutely feel the whole Stanley Kubrick of it all. One more time, it covers a lot of the same ground as Blade Runner, even having like the robot tracking down his maker to make him real or extend his life type of thing. But just, I think anybody would pretty much say definitively Spielberg is a better director than Ridley Scott on the whole, but Ridley Scott did this way better than Spielberg did. I'm sure this is a movie that he made. I mean, I don't know, it's a passion project. I mean, he wrote it and he spent a lot of time in development on it, but it's just, it doesn't work, unfortunately.
They can't all be.
And it
home
is
runs.
nice to see, like we did Christopher Nolan for a while, and that guy, he didn't miss. Like,
So far,
all of those movies are amazing. But it's like Steven Spielberg, who might be the most famous director of all time. It's like, okay, he can make mistakes.
Well, and he has. Well, we skipped very obviously 1941 because there's. I didn't put you guys through that because you would be very angry if we'd done that movie.
I stormed off the podcast, Craig.
It's not good. So, anything else? Or is that all? All right.
Viewers, if you heard this episode and you don't know what we're talking about, don't take the time to go watch the movie.
Just listen to us instead. It's way quicker.
Yeah,
it's like an hour. It's like an hour less time. There we go.
Go watch some clips. Turn down the brightness on your phone before you do, because it's just soup. It's like they took all the film and just put it in bleach, and then yeah,
and then go watch Blade Runner, the final cut,
and then go watch Blade Runner instead.
There you go. On that
2049.
Yeah, and that too. Let's go ahead and get out of here. And everybody, thank you so much for listening to us. If you want to connect with us, you can find us on X, Instagram, Facebook. Email us at readingbetweenreels@gmail.com or use the SpeakPipe app on our website. And if you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, subscribe, and be sure to leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify. And one last thing, we're going to be taking a little bit of a break from our series on the films of Steven Spielberg. So our next episode will be the first in our annual summer series featuring my students and some very special guests. So join us for Star Wars 101.